entrepreneur?
How did I start my journey as an...
Like, obviously, upbringing wise, like, what made you go, yeah, I'm going to not really work for anyone else anymore?
No, I mean, I suppose that was my dad. Like, when I was I was maybe, what age would that have been? Maybe 10, 11, maybe 11. I had a newspaper round. My dad kind of forced me to get, and that was on a Sunday. So you'd have to go down at like 7 a.m, get up about 6:30, cycle or walk down to the local newsagent, get about 30, 40 newspapers, and then kind of walk around this village called Duntoker and deliver newspapers to folk. And you would go on a Sunday night or one of the nights, and you'd go knocking the doors and collecting your newspaper money, and you'd need to kind of keep a kind of little kind of jotter with who paid what. And
how much would you get an hour for that?
No, it wasn't like that. It was like you got 20% off the newspapers or something. So it was the Sunday paper round I did. So I think the newspapers ranged from like 50 pence to £1.
Got it.
So you'd get like 10 or 20 pence a newspaper, but your main reliance was tips. So you'd go to them and you'd be like, it's £1 for your newspaper. You wouldn't say it was more, and they'd give you like £1.50 or £2. And then I had a couple of good customers. They'd give you like a £5 or something like that, or other folk would just give you the £1. You'd all different customers like you do in business.
Yeah.
And then you had to keep good paperwork, because if you got it wrong, they'd get annoyed.
Yeah.
Or they'd cancel the papers. And if you did it right, that was fine. And then sometimes you had to know there was maybe 5 or 6 different Sunday newspapers, and you would start the round. But obviously it's 7 a.m, 7:30. You're a wee guy. You sometimes put the wrong newspapers through the doors. So then somebody'd be like, I wanted a Sunday mail, and you gave me a Sunday post. No, sorry. And then they'd pay. But if you kept on messing up, they'd kind of cancel. So you had to kind of keep, there was a sort of customer care.
Yeah.
There was like accounts.
And how old are you?
When I first started that, about 11 or something like that.
Wow.
And then,
that's quite intense. Like, that's a lot. Like, keeping files.
Well, it's like a wee bit, just a wee like jotter. You've maybe got
but at 11,
40 customers. Aye. Well, in Glasgow, like where I was from, paper rounds, like, and some of my mates did milk rounds, so they would get up even earlier, like 5.
Wow.
And go around with like the milk lorries and do milk before school, and that was a bit hardcore.
How much would you get paid?
I think from the paper round there, all in, ranged from about 12 to like 18 quid, and then for each time you did it, and then there was a newsagents, a Pakistani newsagents in the village called Madans, and I started working there when I was 12, and I was getting 75 pence an hour. So I did a couple of 2 or 3 nights a week in the newsagents, and then I had the Sunday paper round. So then I was at about 12, 13, and my take home pay was about 30 quid or something like that, or 25 quid.
Which is, how much was like a loaf of bread back then?
Well, I didn't buy loaves of bread. I bought kind of bottles of cider.
How much was a bottle of cider back then?
No, I mean that 25 quid. I was doing well. I mean, you could. I started drinking when I was 12.
Yeah.
Smoking dope when I was 12. So it was like 3 bottles of cider would be about 3 quid,
right.
£3.50, and then I was using.
Joe, get on the
stuff.
sales. Come on.
Yeah.
Get on those phones.
But what's that? What is this? Sunday night?
This is
Quarter
Sunday
to
night
7.
and your office
Lord.
is popping off.
Oh well.
You're going to have to hire some people for Sunday evening sales.
Maybe.
Joe, you getting back?
So you were 12. You had a job. You got straight into booze and
Weed.
Yeah.
weed
Yeah.
and stuff. And did that continue?
Yeah. I mean, drinking every week without any shadow of doubt every week to about 25. Well, maybe like I curtailed the drugs. I stopped by the time I was 18 because I kind of had a bit of a mental crisis kind of thing, and then I did like a detox thing and all that when I was about 18. But
and then the mental crisis, was that from just weed, or did it escalate to like more drugs? Or?
Yeah, I was taking more drugs, and I just involved in drugs from a young age. You kind of know a very good area, Clybank, and kind of my parents had split up when I was about 9, and my mum was in mental health like hospitals and all that. My dad was, here and there. So I had a lot of kind of that stuff going on. But that was that and kind of. Aye.